blooming Catholic life. If you're anything like me, you're trying to get some last minute things done, and maybe you were looking for some songs to sing or have on in the background as you're doing all your cooking. And I was reviewing some notes quickly before I did it, and the notes were some very Franciscan psalms that I was going to include in the series we're doing on penance. And long story short, we have plenty of Thanksgiving psalms, so you don't need the radio. I'm going to literally read you the psalms. I hope you enjoy this selection. Feel free to come back to it. We may actually go back and analyze some of them later. So if you're not wearing your dad's old flannel shirt yet, grab it, get comfy. Use this to take a break or play it while you're cooking the turkey. We're going to start with Psalm 6 because it is the first penitential psalm. Domine ne in furore. I'm not going to get any of this Latin right because I've not prepared any of it, but it's just the names of the psalms. When I say that in Latin, it's just the first line of the psalm in Latin. That's how they named them. So it's Psalm 6. This is a prayer of the penitent sinner under the scourge of God, the first of the penitential psalms. Unto the end in verses, a psalm for David for the octave. O Lord, rebuke me not in thy indignation, nor chastise me in thy wrath. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I am weak. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled, and my soul is troubled exceedingly. But thou, O Lord, how long? Turn to me, O Lord, and deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake. For there is no one in death that is mindful of thee, and who shall confess to thee in hell? I have labored in my groanings. Every night I will wash my bed. I will water my couch with my tears. My eye is troubled through indignation, and I have grown old among all my enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord hath received my prayer. Let all my enemies be ashamed and be very much troubled. Let them be turned back and be ashamed very speedily. Do you like how David not only says, oh, am I suffering? I'm so sorry, Lord. But when I turn to you, you hear my prayers. You know that I'm suffering. You take my repentance there, Lord. And then he says, let all my enemies be ashamed and troubled. Let them turn back and be ashamed very speedily. He's praying out for the conversion even of his enemies. How wonderful. And then we're going to jump over to Psalm 28. Afferte Domine. An invitation to glorify God with a commemoration of his mighty works. Bring to the Lord, O ye children of God. Bring to the Lord the offspring of rams. I mean, substitute turkeys, Bring to the Lord glory and honor. Bring to the Lord glory to his name. Adore ye the Lord in his holy court. The voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of majesty had thundered. The Lord is upon many waters. The voice of the Lord is in power. The voice of the Lord in magnificence. The voice of the Lord breaketh cedars. Yea, the Lord shall break the cedars of Libanus, and shall reduce them to pieces as a calf of Libanus, and of the beloved son of unicorns. The voice of the Lord divideth the flame of fire. The voice of the Lord shaketh the desert. The Lord shall shake the desert of Cades. The voice of the Lord prepareth the stags, and he will discover the thick woods. And in his temple all shall speak his glory. The Lord maketh the flood to dwell, and the Lord shall sit king forever. The Lord will give strength to his people, and the Lord will bless his people with peace. Psalm 29. Exaltabo te Domine. David praiseth God for his deliverance and his merciful dealings with him. A psalm of a canticle at the dedication of David's house. I will extol thee, O Lord, for thou hast upheld me and hast made not my enemies to rejoice over me. O Lord, my God, I have cried to thee, and thou hast healed me. Thou hast brought forth, O Lord, my soul from hell. Thou hast saved me from them that go down into the pit. Sing to the Lord, all ye saints, and give praise to the memory of his holiness. For wrath is in his indignation, and life in his good will. In the evening weeping shall have place, and in the morning gladness. And in my abundance I said, I shall never be moved. O Lord, in thy favor thou gavest strength to my beauty. Thou turnest away thy face from me, and I became troubled. To thee, O Lord, will I cry, and I will make supplication to my God. What profit is there in my blood while I go down to corruption? Shall dust confess to thee, or declare thy truth? The Lord hath heard, and hath mercy on me. The Lord became my helper. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into joy. Thou hast cuttest my sackcloth, and hast compassed me with gladness. To that end, that my glory may sing to thee, and that I may not regret, O Lord my God, I will give praise to thee forever. Psalm 30, In te Domine speravi, a prayer of a just man under affliction. In thee, O Lord, have I hoped. Let me never be confounded. Deliver me in thy justice. Bow down thine ear to me. Make haste to deliver me. Be thou unto me a God, a protector, a house of refuge to save me. For thou art my strength and my refuge. And for thy name's sake thou wilt lead me and nourish me. Thou wilt bring me out of the snares which they have hidden for me, for thou art my protector. Into thy hands I commend my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord God of truth. Thou hast hated them that regard vanities to no purpose. But I have hoped in the Lord. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy. For thou hast regarded my humility. Thou hast saved my soul out of distresses. And thou hast not shut me up in the hands of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a spacious place. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I am afflicted. My eye is troubled with wrath, and my soul and my belly. For my life is wasted with grief, and my years in sighs. My strength is weakened through poverty, and my bones are disturbed. I am become a reproach among all my enemies, and very much to my neighbors, and a fear to my acquaintances. They that saw me without fled from me. I am forgotten as one dead from the heart. I am become as a vessel that is destroyed, for I have heard the blame of many that dwelt round about. While they assembled together against me, they consulted to take away my life. But I have put my trust in thee, O Lord. I said, thou art my God. My lots are in thy hands. Deliver me out of the hands of my enemies, and from them that persecute me. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and save me in thy mercy. Let me not be confounded, O Lord, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed and be brought down to hell. Let the deceitful lips be made dumb, which speak iniquity against the just with pride and abuse. Oh, how great is the multitude of thy sweetness, O Lord, which thou hast hidden for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that hope in thee in the sight of the sons of men. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy face from the disturbance of men. Thou shalt protect them in thy tabernacle from the contradiction of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for he hath shown his wonderful mercy to me in a fortified city. But I said in the excess of my mind, I am cast away from before thy eyes. Therefore thou hast heard the voice of my prayer when I cried to thee. O love the Lord, all ye his saints, for the Lord will require truth, and will repay them abundantly that act proudly. Do ye manfully, and let your heart be strengthened, all ye that hope in the Lord. Psalm 31, Beati quorum, the second of the penitential psalms, to David himself in understanding. Blessed are they whose iniquities are forgiven and whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord hath not imputed sin, in whose spirit there is no guile. Because I was silent, my bones grew old, whilst I cried all the day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. I am turned in my anguish, whilst the thorn is fashioned. I have acknowledged my sin to thee, and my injustice I have no longer concealed. I have not concealed. I said, I will confess against myself my injustice to the Lord, and thou hast forgiven the wickedness of my sin. For this shall every one that is holy pray to thee in seasonable time. And yet in a flood of many waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my refuge from the trouble which hath encompassed me. My joy, deliver me from them that surround me. I will give thee understanding, and I will instruct thee in this way in which thou shalt go. I will fix my eyes upon thee. Do not become like the horse and the mule, who have no understanding. With bit and bridle bind fast their jaws, who come not near unto thee. Many are the scourges of the sinner, but mercy shall encompass him that hopeth in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, ye just, and glory, all ye right of heart. Psalm 32, Exultate, Justi, an exhortation to praise God and to trust in him. A psalm for David. Rejoice in the Lord, all ye just. Praise becometh the upright. Give praise to the Lord on the harp. Sing to him with the psaltery, the instrument of 10 strings. Sing to him a new canticle. Sing well unto him with a loud noise. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done with faithfulness. He loveth mercy and judgment. The earth is full of the mercy of the Lord. By the word of the Lord the heavens were established, and all of the power of them by the spirit of his mouth. Gathering together the waters of the sea as in a vessel, laying up the depths in storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord, and let all the inhabitants of the world be in awe of him. For he spoke, and they were made. He commanded, and they were created. The Lord bringeth to naught the counsels of nations. He rejecteth the devices of people, and casteth away the counsels of princes. But the counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people whom he hath chosen for his inheritance. The Lord hath looked from heaven, he hath beheld all the sons of men. From his habitation which he hath prepared, he hath looked upon those that dwell on the earth. He hath made the hearts of every one of them, who understandeth all their works. The king is not saved by a great army, nor shall the giant be saved by his own great strength. Vain is the horse for safety, neither shall he be saved by the abundance of his strength. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are on them that fear him, and on them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their souls from death, and feed them in famine. Our soul waiteth for the Lord, for he is our helper and our protector. For in him our heart shall rejoice, and in his holy name we have trusted. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, as we have hoped in thee. Psalm 33, Benedicam Dominum, an exhortation to the praise and service of God. For David, when he had changed his countenance before Ahimelech, who dismissed him, and he went his way. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise will always be in my mouth. In the Lord shall my soul be praised. Let the meek hear and rejoice. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us extol his name together. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and he delivered me from all my troubles. Come ye to him, and be enlightened. Your faces shall not be confounded. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord shall encamp round them that fear him, and shall deliver them. O taste and see that the Lord is sweet. Blessed is the man that hopeth in him. Fear the Lord, all ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The rich have wanted, and have suffered hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not be deprived of any good. Come, children, hearken to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Who is the man that desireth life, who loveth to see good days? Keep thy tongue from evil, and thy lips from speaking guile. Turn away from evil, and do good. Seek after peace, and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are upon the just, and his ears unto their prayer. But the countenance of the Lord is against them that do evil things, to cut off remembrance of them from the earth. The just cried, and the Lord heard them, and delivered them out of all their troubles. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of contrite heart, and he will save the humble of spirit. Many are the afflictions of the just, but out of them all will the Lord deliver them. The Lord keepeth all their bones, not one of them shall be broken. The death of the wicked is very evil, and they that hate the just shall be guilty. The Lord will redeem the souls of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall offend. Psalm 34, Judica Domine nocientes me. David, in the person of Christ, prayeth against persecutors, prophetically foreshadowing the punishments that shall fall upon them. For David himself, judge thou, O Lord, them that wrong me, overthrow them that fight against me. Take hold of arms and shield, and rise up to help me. Bring out the sword, and shut up the way against them that persecute me. Say to my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and ashamed that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and confounded that devise evil against me. Let them be come as dust before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord straighten them. Let their way become dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord pursue them. For without cause they have hidden their net for me unto destruction. Without cause they have upbraided my soul. Let the snare which he knoweth not come upon him, and let the net which he hath hidden catch him, and into that very snare let them fall. But my soul shall rejoice in the Lord, and shall be delighted in his salvation. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee? Who delivereth the poor from the hand of them that are stronger than he, the needy and the poor from them that strip him? Unjust witnesses rising up have asked me things I knew not. They repaid me evil for good, to the depriving me of my soul. But as for me, when they were troublesome to me, I was clothed with haircloth. Ha! I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer shall be turned into my bosom. As a neighbor and as my own brother, so did I please. As one mourning and sorrowful, so I was humbled. But they rejoiced against me, and came together. Scourges were gathered together upon me, and I knew not. They were separated, and repented not. They tempted me, they scoffed at me with scorn. They gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, when wilt thou look upon me? Rescue thou my soul from their malice, my only one from the lions. I will give thanks to thee in a great church. I will praise thee in strong people. Let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, who have hated me without cause, and wink with their eyes. For they spoke indeed peaceably to me, and speaking in the anger of the earth, they devised guile. And they opened their mouth wide against me. They said, well done, our eyes have seen it. Thou hast seen, O Lord, be not thou silent. O Lord, depart not from me. Arise and be attentive to my judgment, to my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord, my God, according to thy justice, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, it is well to our mind, neither let them say, we have swallowed him up. Let them blush and be ashamed together who rejoice at my evils. Let them be clothed with confusion and shame who speak great things against me. Let them rejoice and be glad who are well pleased with my justice. And let them say always, the Lord be magnified, who delights in the peace of his servant. And my tongue shall meditate thy justice, thy praise, and all the day long. Psalm 35, Dixit injustus. The malice of sinners and the goodness of God. Unto the end for the servant of God, David himself. The unjust has said within himself that he would sin. There is no fear of God before his eyes. For in his sight he has done deceitfully, that his iniquity may be found unto hatred. The words of his mouth are iniquity and guile. He would not understand that he might do well. He hath devised iniquity on his bed. He has set himself on every way that is not good. But evil he hath not hated. O Lord, thy mercy is in heaven, and thy truth reacheth even to the clouds. Thy justice is as the mountains of God. Thy judgments are of a great deep. Men and beasts thou wilt preserve, O Lord. O hast thou multiplied thy mercy, O God. But the children of men shall put their trust under the covert of thy wings. They shall be inebriated with the plenty of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the torrent of thy pleasure. For with thee is the fountain of life, and in thy light we shall see light. Extend thy mercy to them that know thee, and thy justice to them that are right in heart. Let not the foot of pride come to me. Let not the hand of the sinner move me. There the workers of iniquity are fallen. They are cast out and could not stand. Psalm 36, Noli, aemulari. An exhortation to despise the world and to the short prosperity of the wicked, and to trust in providence. A psalm for David himself. Be not emulous of evildoers, nor envy them that work iniquity. For they shall shortly wither away as grass, and as the green herbs shall quickly fall. Trust in the Lord and do good, and dwell in the land, and thou shalt be fed with its riches. Delight in the Lord, and he will give thee the requests of thy heart. Commit thy way to the Lord, and trust in him, and he will do it. And he will bring forth thy justice as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Be subject to the Lord, and pray to him. Envy not the man who prospereth in his way, the man who doth unjust things. Cease from anger and leave rage. Have no emulation to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But they that wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the land. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be, and thou shalt seek his place, and shall not find it. But the meek shall inherit the land, and shall delight in the abundance of peace. The the sinner shall watch the just man, and shall gnash upon him with his teeth. But the Lord shall laugh at him, for he foreseeth that his day will come. The wicked shall have drawn out the sword. They have bent their bow to cast down the poor and the needy, and to kill the upright of heart. Let their sword enter into their own hearts, and let their bow be broken. Better is a little to the just than the great riches of the wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken in pieces, but the Lord shall strengthen the just. The Lord knoweth the days of the undefiled, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be confounded in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be filled, because the wicked shall perish. And the enemies of the Lord, presently after they become honored and exalted, shall come to nothing, and vanish like smoke. The sinner shall borrow and not pay again, but the just showeth mercy and shall give. For such as bless him shall inherit the land, but such as curse him shall perish. With the Lord shall the steps of a man be directed, and he shall like well his way. When he shall fall, he shall not be bruised, for the Lord putteth his hand under him. I have been young, and now am old, and I have not seen the just forsaken, nor his seed breaking bread. He showeth mercy and lendeth all the day long, and his seed shall be in a blessing. Decline from evil, and do good, and dwell for ever and ever. For the Lord loveth judgment, and will not forsake his saints. They shall be preserved for ever. The unjust shall be punished, and the seed of the wicked shall perish. But the just shall inherit the land, and shall dwell therein for evermore. The mouth of the just shall meditate wisdom, and his tongue shall speak judgment. The law of God is in his heart, and his steps shall not be supplanted. The wicked watcheth the just man, and seeketh to put him to death. But the Lord will not leave him in his hands, nor condemn him when he shall be judged. Expect the Lord, and keep his way, and he will exalt thee to inherit the land. When the sinners shall perish, thou shalt see. I have seen the wicked highly exalted, and lifted up like the cedars of Libanon. And I passed by, and lo, he was not. I sought him, and his place was not found. Keep innocence, and behold justice, for there are remnants for the peaceable man. But for the unjust shall be destroyed together, the remnants of the wicked shall perish. But the salvation of the just is from the Lord, and he is their protector in the time of trouble. And the Lord will help them and deliver them, and he will rescue them from the wicked and save them, because they have hoped in him. Psalm 37, Domine ne in furore, a prayer of the penitent for the remission of his sins, the third penitential psalm. A psalm for David in remembrance of the Sabbath. Rebuke me not, O Lord, in thy indignation, nor chastise me in thy wrath. For thy arrows are fastened in me, and thy hand hath been strong upon me. There is no health in my flesh because of thy wrath. There is no peace for my bones because of my sins. For my iniquities are gone over my head, and as a heavy burden are become heavy upon me. My sores are putrefied and corrupted because of my foolishness. I am become miserable, and I am bowed down even to the end, and I walked sorrowful all the day long. For my loins are filled with illusions, and there is no health in my flesh. I am afflicted and humbled exceedingly. I am roared with the groaning of my heart. Lord, all my desire is before thee, and my groaning is not hidden from thee. My heart is troubled, my strength hath left me, and the light of my eyes itself is not with me. My friends and my neighbors have drawn near and stood against me, and they that were near me stood afar off. And they that sought my soul used violence, and they that sought evils to me spoke vain things and studied deceits all the day long. But I, as a deaf man, heard not, and as a dumb man, not opening his mouth. And I became as a man that heareth not, and that hath no reproofs in his mouth. For in thee, O Lord, have I hoped. Thou wilt hear me, O Lord, my God. For I said, lest at any time my enemies rejoice over me, and whilst my feet are moved, they speak great things against me. For I am ready for scourges, and my sorrow is continually before me. For I will declare my iniquity, and I will think for my sin. But my enemies live and are stronger than I, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied. They that render evil for good have detracted me, because I followed goodness. Forsake me not, O Lord my God. Do not thou depart from me. Attend unto my help, O Lord, the God of my salvation. Psalm 38. Dixi custodiam. A just man's peace and patience in his sufferings, considering the vanity of the world and the providence of God, unto the end, for Edithum himself, a canticle of David. I said, I will take heed to my ways, that I not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth when the sinner stood against me. I was dumb and I was humbled, and I kept silence from good things, and my sorrow was renewed. My heart grew hot within me, and in my meditation a fire shall flame out. I spoke with my tongue, O Lord, make me know my end. And what is the number of my days, that I may know what is wanting to me? Behold, thou hast made my days measurable, and my substance is as nothing before thee. And indeed all things are vanity, every man living. Surely man passeth as an image, yea, and he is disquieted in vain. He storeth up, and he knoweth not for whom he shall gather these things. And now what is my hope? Is it not in the Lord? And my substance is with thee. Deliver thou me from all my iniquities. Thou hast made me a reproach to the fool. I was dumb, and I opened not my mouth, because thou hast done it. Removeth thy scourges from me. The strength of thy hand hath made me faint in rebukes. Thou hast corrected man for iniquity. And thou hast made his soul to waste away like a spider. Surely in vain is any man disquieted. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and my supplication. Give ear to my tears. Be not silent, for I am a stranger with thee, and a sojourner as all my fathers were. O forgive me, that I may be refreshed before I go hence, and be no more. Psalm 39. Expectans, expectavi. Christ coming and redeeming mankind. Unto the end, a psalm for David himself. With expectation I have waited for the Lord, and he was attentive to me. And he heard my prayers and brought me out of the pit of misery and the mire of dregs. And he set my feet upon a rock and directed my steps. And he put a new canticle into my mouth, a song to our God. Many shall see and shall fear, and they shall hope in the Lord. Blessed is the man whose trusted is in the name of the Lord, and who hath not had regard to vanities and lying follies. Thou hast multiplied thy wonderful works, O Lord my God, and in thy thoughts there is no one like to thee. I have declared and I have spoken. They are multiplied above number. Sacrifice and oblation thou didst not desire, but thou hast pierced ears for me. Burnt offering and sin offering thou didst not require. Then I said, Behold, I come. In the head of the book it is written of me, that I shall do thy will, O my God. I have desired it, and thy law in the midst of my heart. I have declared thy justice in a great church. Lo, I will not restrain my lips, O Lord, thou knowest. I have not hid thy justice within my heart. I have declared thy truth and thy salvation. I have not concealed thy mercy and thy truth from a great council. Withhold not thou, O Lord, thy tender mercies from me. Thy mercy and thy truth have always upheld me. For evils without number have surrounded me. My iniquities have overtaken me, and I was not able to see. They are multiplied above the hairs of my head, and my heart hath forsaken me. Be pleased, O Lord, to deliver me. Look down, O Lord, to help me. Let them be confounded and ashamed together that seek after my soul to take it away. Let them be turned backwards and be ashamed that desire evils to me. Let them be immediately bear their confusion that say to me, 'Tis well, 'tis well. Let all that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee. And let such as love in thy salvation say always, The Lord be magnified. But I am a beggar and poor. The Lord is careful for me. Thou art my helper and my protector. O my God, be not slack. Psalm 40. Beatis qui intelligit. The happiness of him shall believe in Christ, notwithstanding the humility and poverty in which he shall come, the malice of his enemies, especially the traitor Judas. Unto the end, a psalm for David himself. Blessed is he that understandeth concerning the needy and the poor. The Lord will deliver him in the evil day. The Lord preserve him and give him life, and make him blessed upon the earth, and deliver him not up to the will of his enemies. The Lord hath help him on his bed of sorrow. Thou hast turned all his couch in sickness. I said, O Lord, be thou merciful to me. Heal my soul, for I have sinned against thee. My enemies have spoken evil against me. When shall he die and his name perish? And if he came in to see me, he spoke vain things. His heart gathered together iniquity to himself. He went out and spoke to the same purpose. All my enemies whispered together against me. They devised evils to me. They determined against me an unjust word. Shall he that sleepeth rise again no more? For even the man of my peace, in whom I trusted, who ate my bread, hath greatly supplanted me. But thou, O Lord, have mercy on me, and raise me up again, and I will requite them. By this I know that thou hast a good will for me, because my enemy shall not rejoice over me. But thou hast upheld me by reason of my innocence, and hath established me in thy sight forever. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from eternity to eternity. So be it, so be it. Psalm 41. Quae modem desiderat. The fervent desire of the just after God, hope in afflictions, unto the end, understanding for the sons of Kor. As the hart panteth after the fountains of water, so my soul panteth after thee, O God. My soul hath thirsted after the strong living God. When shall I come and appear before the face of God? My soul hath thirsted after the strong living God. When shall I come and appear before the face of God? My tears have been my bread day and night, whilst it said to me daily, Where is thy God? These things I remembered, and I poured out my soul in me, for I shall go over into the place of wonderful tabernacle, even to the house of God. With the voice of joy and praise, the noise of one feasting. Where art thou sad, O my soul? Why dost thou trouble me? Hope in God, for I will still give praise to him, the salvation of my countenance and my God. My soul is troubled within myself. Therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan, and Hermonium from the little hill. Deep calleth upon deep at the noise of thy floodgates. All thy heights and thy billows have passed over me. In the daytime the Lord hath commanded his mercy, and a canticle to him in the night. With me is prayer to the God of my life. I will say to God, Thou art my support. Why hast thou forgotten me? And why go I mourning, whilst my enemy afflicteth me? Whilst my bones are broken, my enemies who trouble me have reproached me. Whilst they say to me day by day, Where is thy God? Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why dost thou disquiet me? Hope thou in God, for I will still give praise to him, the salvation of my countenance and my God. And now, friends, we're just going to jump a tiny bit. We're going to jump over to Psalm 65, Jubilate Deo. This is the last one we're going to pray today together in our time of penitence and thanksgiving. This is an invitation to praise God, unto the end a canticle of the psalm of the resurrection. Shout with joy to God all the earth, singing a psalm to his name. Give glory to his praise. Say unto God, how terrible are thy works, O Lord. In the multitude of thy strength, thy enemies shall lie to thee. Let all the earth adore thee and sing to thee, and let it sing a psalm to thy name. Come and see the works of God, who is terrible in his counsels over the sons of men, who turneth the sea into dry land, and the river they shall pass on foot. There shall we rejoice in him, who by his power ruleth forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not them that provoke him be exalted in themselves. O bless our God, ye Gentiles, and make the voice of his praise to be heard. Who hath set my soul to live, and hath not suffered my feet to be moved? For thou, O God, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us by fire, as silver is tried. Thou hast brought us into a net. Thou hast laid afflictions on our back. Thou hast set men over our heads. We have passed through fire and water, and thou hast brought us out to a refreshment. I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will pay thee my vows, which my lips have uttered. And my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer up to thee holocausts full of marrow, which burnt offerings of rams. I will offer to thee bullocks with goats. Come and hear, all ye that fear God, and I will tell you what great things he has done for my soul. I cried to him with my mouth, and I extolled him with my tongue. If I have looked at iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. Therefore hath God heard me, and hath attended to the voice of my supplication. Blessed be God, who hath not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. Happy Thanksgiving, friends. God bless you. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Bye, friends. I don't know how to stop this.